Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's Greg Harrelson here, and just thought before I get into the office, I thought I would share a little bit of information with you, just some thoughts that I had based on a meeting that I had yesterday. So I was talking to someone that I was masterminding, and he sent me a statistic, and I thought it was very, very interesting, and it was definitely worthy of a share. I know I shared the actual the image in Agent Success Academy. So for those of you that are in our coaching program, you probably saw that image. Please take a look at it. But for those of you in Real Estate Sales Solutions, I'll just kind of share with you the basis of the statistic. We were discussing, and he was asking me, he says, Greg, when was, in the last, say, 30 years, what year did the real estate market in America, so we're talking about United States, what year was the highest sales year, the highest year for sales in the past, say, 30 plus years? And I said it was 2006, and he says, well, close, it was 2005. 2005, for the last 30 years, was the one year that had the most closed sales in the United States. Then he says, Greg, when was the year that had the least closing sales? Like in the most recent times, say, in the last 20 years or whatever. And I said 2010, and I just lucked out. I was right. It was 2010. So 2005, there were the most sales recorded in the United States. In 2010, they were the least. That was the lowest in modern times. That was the lowest number of sales, the year with the lowest number of sales. Okay? It's important to understand this now. 2010, lowest sales. 2005, highest sales. But let's talk about what happened to per person production. The average agent in America in 2005 sold approximately 5.5 properties per year. The average per person production was 5.5 per year in 2005, which was the highest year recorded for number of sales in the United States. In 2010, the per person production was over 8 sales. It was around 8.8, somewhere in that range. So the per person production was over 8 in 2010, when there were the lowest or least amount of sales that year, and it was 5.5 when it was the highest amount of sales. So what does that tell us? What does that tell us? Like, if we have a market shift, well, we already are in a market shift, but if the shift was to get severe, some people say this is going to be a soft landing. Some people say this is going to be a bigger downturn than anyone's thinking. I cannot predict the future. But if the future was a more challenging real estate market, doesn't that benefit you? More per person production. You, great agents, good agents, agents that are focused, that are full-time, that are doing the things that they need to be doing, those agents actually do more business on average in a down market than they do in a up market. So for those of you that are concerned about a shift, you shouldn't be concerned about yourself. You should be concerned about others, not you. You can actually do more business. Now, here's one of the reasons why the per person production swings so dramatically. The reason is because the number of transactions decrease at a slower pace than the decrease in number of agents going after the transaction. If you look in 2005 at how many people had a real estate license, in 2010, how many people were still licensed, there were a lot fewer agents licensed. So the piece of the pie shrinks less in the area of number of transactions than it does in the number of agents. So there really is the shift itself. A downturn in a real estate market is not concerning. What we have to be concerned with is, are you shifting your activities? Are you getting involved in coaching? We'd love for you to get involved in our coaching. But are you getting involved in coaching, or are you saying, oh no, I'm fine. The market's great. I don't need a coach right now. This is going to be the time where you've got to make sure you've got your mindset pointed in the right direction. Your activities are pointed in the right direction. Are you showing up early to the office, ready, alive, excited, and full of energy? It's going to be important, because you don't automatically get higher per person production because the market shifts. The people that got the higher per person production were the serious, committed, mentally strong, mentally enduranced, agents, the ones that had mental endurance. They had high stamina. They had focus. They got to the office early. They generated opportunities for themselves. I was once told by my coach, a past coach, I was once told, Greg, you should pray for a recession. Now, he did not mean pray for a recession as in pray for people to be hurt. He didn't mean pray for people to suffer financially. What he was sharing with me, and I didn't learn until around 2007 and 2008. I didn't understand it until after the fact. What he was telling me was exactly what these stats say. That when the market shifts, when we go into or head into a recession, if we do, the number of agents will decrease. The number of transactions will decrease, but not at a fast pace. The amount of business available to you, Greg, will be more than you've ever seen. And on top of that, consumers stop using their brother's, cousin's, sister's friend to conduct their real estate transaction. They go back to using professionals. So for all of us within Agent Success Academy, Real Estate Sales Solutions, we have a lot of positive things to look forward to. But we do have to get to work. Take care, everybody.